So, been a while since I did one of these videos. And yeah, hopefully this one won't get copyright claimed. I don't think it should, since this isn't going to feature any music or, clips from anything. But as you can probably tell from this display, this is a look at some DC Comics stuff. It's more than just what you see. Oh, and by the way, up there, yep, that is an original album for the 1989 Batman movie. Those are some mugs right next to it, including one that I have some DC pencils right there, so you can see. Ooh, don't want to spoil a surprise. It's not all I'm showing. A couple of Batman films. The only non-Batman DC film I own, Green Lantern, right over there. Some mugs. Very nice artwork on them. This Batman cup right here seems to be taking inspiration from the Arkham games. Well, logo-wise. Otherwise, the artwork is more reminiscent of, say, the Jim Lee run of the New 52, including in this Justice League cup. Yeah, it doesn't exactly use but it does have a very Jim Lee-esque influence. It's got some rubber high bounce balls with the Trinity's logo over there. Actually, it's not, because that's not a Wonder Woman, that's a Flash symbol. Interesting story about that I've noticed. A lot of Justice League merchandise like this right here, the Trinity is supposed to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, but instead we have Green Lantern. A similar thing is occurring with Marvel merchandise, actually. You see, a lot of people are saying that there's no Black Widow or Gamora on merchandise that features the Avengers or the Guardians of the Galaxy. And apparently the same thing seems to be happening with DC merchandise. I've heard that they're going to fix that and feature Wonder Woman more prominently in the upcoming year. And have more merchandise with her be gender neutral before Marvel, starts putting more Gamora figures and stuff on their merchandise, but whatever. Blu-ray of Begins. It's not that I don't like the Schumacher films, I just don't have to pick them up right now, and of course Mask of the Phantasm. Killing Joke. Cannot wait for the upcoming animated film. But on to what I've actually intended to show everyone here. Let's start with some collectible figurines. And since we just saw the Killing Joke, this is a Joker. Trying to get the autofocus to focus on me. Based on Arkham Origins, it's a very small one, got pretty cheap, like less than a couple bucks. Came with no accessories, unfortunately. And based off Troy Baker's portrayal of the Joker in the Arkham Origin game. And just got this one earlier today. I think it's a little bit of a better figure, ironically. This is a Joker from Batman the Brave and the Bold. The brightness, I wish I could turn it down in the middle of the... Brave and the Bold, it was clearly based off of the artwork of the Dick Sprang era. The Golden Age through most of the Silver Age. And, I don't know, maybe it's just because it's more stylized than this one here, but it just has much more of a nicer detailing to me. There's a gimmick in here which... Daisy, Daisy, give me your acid too, but I can't get it to work for some reason, based off of the comment of the Joker squirting acid out of that flower. No articulation, except for this little victory pump. This one's nicely articulated too. The arms can go outward a little more. The legs can't go very well, but the knee does have an articulation to it though. A little. Mr. J, you can just wait right over there. I can't do Harley, and I also oh, this is awkward. Mr. J and Mr. J, you can wait over there. Now, what about his, well, this is a Grapnel Batman. I actually modified it a little. Originally, that hook you see right there, which could probably pass more of a battering, in my opinion, was attached to that launcher, but surprisingly, there's no string or nothing to actually fire it. I don't get that. Why would they make a Grapnel Batman without any way to actually fire the launcher? Articulation on this one is pretty basic. This was made by Mattel as a response to Hasbro's Marvel figures. Yeah, the older Mattel toys, like this Mr. J over here, they were a lot smaller and cheaper, but Hasbro, yeah, and Marvel began making larger, more action-based figures. So they tried to compete by having these. It was a tie-in to Batman v Superman, but it looks more like a combination between that and the 70s Batman because of this coloring on the yellow belt with the more blue focus on the cowl and cape and boots. That actually came from the 70s, except that one also introduced the yellow logo more associated with the Batman symbol, but they clearly traded it in for a more Dark Knight Arkham series-ish insignia. So Batman, you can just wait over there. And yeah, you're holding it's a weapons disruptor, or it's the line launcher, or it's any number of those weapons that Batman uses despite not claiming to use guns. He still has marksmanship, and they basically are guns. Moving on from, oh no wait, we still got a couple of Batman stuff. This is a Robin figure. I think it's supposed to be Damian Wayne, but I want to say it's Tim Drake based on those pants. The first Robin to start wearing pants after Jason Todd's little accident. This is a armored Batman based off of his appearance from Dawn of Justice. Yeah. Tell me, do you bleed? You will. Saw Dawn of Justice when I scraped together some cash, and it was actually pretty good, despite what everyone else says. But where would that fight be without? Yeah. I know people usually tend to make videos where they open these blind bags, but it's a little too late for that. I think that's supposed to be Superboy Prime, which I don't understand. It was not released as part of Batman Unlimited, or maybe it was the Batman Unlimited blind bag, but if it was released with the Dawn of Justice variant, I don't understand why. And again, they did have golden Batman in that line, so... And of course, there was Aquaman. I don't know much about him. I just know that in both the New 52 and supposedly in the upcoming series, he's going to be a lot less cartoony and more of less of a joke. Although he's always been less of a joke. Got a couple of buttons, which I just dropped. A Dark Knight-ish Heath Ledger button. Just love the way it's designed. It really captures Heath Ledger's Joker. And this is a more gimmicky one from a party store. It is a basic bat signal, but as you can tell, there are some lights that light up. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to replace the batteries on this, so I don't tend to... An interesting thing, it has the pin, but it also has a clip to go over like a shirt pocket, so I guess it's just in case the little pin breaks off. So let's just keep that over here. This is a Batmobile. It is a smaller, cheaper version of the Blast Attack Batmobile. The Blast Attack Batmobile was a lot bigger. It could fit figures like this one over here into it. You know, this could, in theory, fit the blind bag figure, but it doesn't open up. I don't understand. It would actually save plastic if they hollowed it out and just had like a little hinge to open this up and put the blind bag figures in. But they are designed for completely different lines, so I guess they didn't think about that. I guess I should be a toy maker. Oh wait, I just got an idea. Consider this a mercy. Tell me, do you bleed? And hopefully I won't get copyright claimed for doing that. Note to self, note to YouTube, I did not play any clips from Dawn of Justice. I reenacted it with toys. And over here is a Hal Jordan, right next to Hal Jordan. It's a Green Lantern figure. I can't really see very well on the autofocus, but not much detailing going on in the face. A nice dynamic pose, including the foot being, well, molded to the base for some reason. It might be in the same line as this Robin figure. The Green Lantern figure I picked up loose in a store without a box. The Robin figure did come in a box, but they do have sort of like etched emblems for the heroes on the bottom. So maybe they are part of the same series. Be nice to have a whole set of those. And speaking of Green Lantern, we have a Guardian that actually came with another figure I want to show you. I read, and this is Sayad. Sayad? I know my Green Lantern lore. It's just that it's a pretty nicely made. I don't get the translucent head on the back though. It's kind of well, squick-inducing, actually. And the funny thing is, the figure is... Bruce. Oh, boy. And you too, Arthur. And you, Soups. Boy, that was not a good day for you guys. The inside of Sayad is quite hollow. Like, all the way up on the inside, it's completely hollow. I mean, I get it. It's supposed... The Guardians of the Universe are like these all-powerful beings that probably have more emphasis on mind than body, but it's still pretty fine, I guess. It can stand well enough on those 2 points. And it was actually part of a 2-pack that included Sinestro. I thought this would be a nice figure to go with a Hal Jordan, but yeah, size difference is a problem. Now, unlike some Green Lantern toys, this one did not come with a power ring and instead came with a battery prop, a lantern. Battery lantern. I know my lore. I've read Green Lantern. Yep. Pretty nicely detailed. As you can tell, the figure as well as this lamp come from the Green Lantern film, which I have not had time to watch yet, but I actually kind of like the design. It gave it a more stylized look. Of course, everything, despite being computer generated, looked more like it was made of rubber than anything else, but I'm just saying, I kind of like the more rubbery and stylized look. Almost like something out of the Alien films when it came to that design. Nothing special about this, just a multicolored Batman pen. One thing I noticed, though, is the purple, for some reason, does not work. Probably because it's Mr. J's color. Interesting. That can go in there, although I would put it with the another badge that I found. My put. Oh, Harley. When will you learn? I could be a much better pudding than that abusive clown ever was. Funny little side note. Although Tara Strong is not going to be playing Harley Quinn in any of the live-action films, she says it's mostly because of her life with her family is keeping her from breaking out into live-action. She has asked that once Harley Quinn gets her own standalone movie, which is going to happen, she is looking about having a cameo, possibly as a Harley Quinn cosplayer or somebody playing Harley within a movie. Now, this is all speculation, don't take my word for it, but that would be a pretty cool thing to see. Maybe alongside Mark Hamill playing the Joker in a movie within a movie. That would probably have to be more like that over there, Joker, a more toned-down version that'd be kid-friendly, and the real Harley would be asking, "Oh, we want to make a movie about a series where I go around beating brains in with a sledgehammer." I do apologize if that line was not very well done. And lastly, yeah, they're not Chris Nolan letter opener batarangs, which do exist, but they are pretty decent. In fact, I remember in one of the older Batman cartoons, not the animated series, mind you, but actually the one that was airing around the same time as the live-action series, the batarangs actually did look more like these. Basically boomerangs with the insignia on them, as opposed to the more bat-like design that they would eventually become. And let's just try to fix that up. Make this look as... Trust me, this display was a lot nicer when we started. We get one last shot. And there we go. That is a DC collection, and it's currently what I have to show off. If you like it, you can pretty much look around, see if you can find some stuff of your own. And thank you for listening to me ramble on about my stuff. Have a nice day.